The revolution buried in the swamps. Imagine this. You're walking through a quiet Louisiana swamp, frogs croaking, mosquitoes planning their next attack. And suddenly you hear drums. Not one drum, but dozens. Then you see torches. Then you see an army. Not the US military. Not the French. Nope. Enslaved people. Thousands of them. Marching toward New Orleans like, yeah, we're done with this. Before the Civil War, before Nat Turner's rebellion, America witnessed its biggest slave uprising ever, the 1811 German Coast Revolt. A full-on revolutionary movement, complete with leaders, strategy, signals, flags, and enough courage to shake an entire nation. And guess what? Most history books? They said, let's pretend that didn't happen. But why? Why erase the story of the largest rebellion on US soil? Why bury it so deep in the swamps that most Americans have never even heard of it? Why does a revolt this massive get treated like that one cousin nobody talks about at family meetings? Today, we're digging it up. The secrets, the bravery, the violence, and the government cover-up that tried to hide it for over 200 years. And as we go through this story, I want you to play along every time something shocks you. And trust me, that will happen a lot. Drop a wow in the comments. If something makes you angry, type unbelievable. Let's see how many moments hit you. And hey, before we march forward like those brave rebels, make sure you like, share and subscribe to History to Live HL. Because if we don't tell these stories, who will? The Boiling Point. Life in the German coast. Welcome to the German coast of Louisiana. Don't let the name fool you. It wasn't cute German villages with sausages, happy music, and people yelling Guten Tag. Nope, this was sugar country. And sugar country in the early 1800s was basically the hell mode of plantation life. If cotton slavery was brutal, sugar slavery said, "Hold my cane." These plantations were insanely wealthy. We're talking mansions, massive fields, and owners who acted like they were building their private mini-empires. Meanwhile, the enslaved workers who made all that wealth possible were surviving the harshest labor in America. And when I say harsh, I mean brutal on a level that deserves its own horror movie soundtrack. Let's set the scene. You wake up before sunrise, not because you want to, but because someone with a whip has good morning energy. You step outside, and the air is already hot enough to fry plantain. Sugarcane fields stretch out forever. And you know the next 18 hours will be cutting, hauling, boiling, lifting, sweating, and praying you don't collapse. And the worst part, harvest season. Sugar had to be processed fast.